All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Yeah, Biafrans. Today is Sunday. As we are celebrating that God gave us Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and at the same time, He gave us Simon Ekpa. Many people will not understand, and our job is to preach and let them understand. Because the struggle is going on, and as the struggle is going on, we keep on sanitizing the brain of our people. If we look onto how we fought for Nnamdi Kanu, and we balance the equations, we get to understand that our people don't really understand how to fight for freedom. That's why they say if you don't know how to get freedom, how to fight for Biafra, you stay away. Everybody cannot fight for Biafra. Fighting for Biafra is like in a football camp where you have 22 players in the field. You have the coach of this side and the coach of the other people. Then the game will start. Before a game will start, the players have to come and warm up to show the people that is going to play the game. As that thing is going on, you see multitude, millions of people in the camp. They are ready to clap hand to anybody of their choice. That is how Biafran struggle is. Not everybody knows how to fight for Biafra. If you don't know it, you can become a clapper. You can sing. You can motivate other people who bring themselves out. Because there is no way an invisible man will come to lead 70 million people. You hide yourself under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu picture. You use his picture to comment utterances, things nobody, even Nnamdi Kanu, does not appreciate. If you want people to know that you are a freedom fighter, use your profile. Let's see you. If you think you have the capacity to fight for Biafra, come up online. Let's see you the way you are watching me, the way you are watching Simon Ekpa, the way you know Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Because if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu happen to be in secret, nobody will listen to him. Nobody will follow him. When Nnamdi Kanu started the Radio Biafra, he was on audio. We asked him to come up. We want to see him, understanding that he have been doing travels, meeting a lot of people, because he is the one who needed us. The gospel of Biafra, the gospel of Nnamdi Kanu is like a New Testament. The history of Biafra is like Old Testament. When Jesus Christ received the call, when he prepared himself to save the world, he needed people to walk with him. Peter, all of them were in the sea, fishing. Jesus Christ came there and met them. He said, Peter, I will make you a fisher of men, not ordinary fisherman. You have to start to fish men. That is how Jesus Christ went to them, because Jesus needed them to walk with him. The same way Mazen Nnamdi Kanu came up, going to Ogoni, going to Igbocha, going to everywhere where he needed people who will understand his gospel. Because Nnamdi Kanu, I classify him as the Jesus of Biafra. Nobody can speak otherwise except him. So people don't really understand the game. And when you know that you have someone like Nnamdi Kanu, he must need preachers like us, the disciples, like Simon Ekpa. A lot of people don't really understand that Biafra is gospel, that Biafra is a religion. Myself, I'm supposed to be a pastor in Pentecostal church. A lot of pastors have invited. I say no, I will serve under Biafran religion. Because Biafran religion is the one that is happening in our domot. It is happening in our doorstep. It is happening right in front of us. So you can't just come up. You don't understand the Biafran gospel. You don't understand Biafran struggle. Then what you know is how to criticize anybody who come up online, who came up to sanitize people. Let me tell you, for more than 10 years now, what Nnamdi Kanu is doing is only to sanitize people because the game has not started. When Nnamdi Kanu come out, we will go to the second base of this game, which is liberation movement, which now Simon Ekpa is sanitizing the brain. Because our people's brain is completely blocked. That's why it's taking a lot of time for people to understand. If you people really think and they understand that Nnamdi Kanu took more since 2012 trying to get 100 men, and he has a multitude following him, but he go on speaking about 100 men, people who will really understand the game. And some people like a blessed Vincent writing nonsense. If you tell him to define the meaning of nonsense, what he understand, and where does nonsense collide with what I am saying, he cannot be able to define the meaning of nonsense. When someone is speaking out of his life, you speak inside you. Someone will come up and tell you you are speaking nonsense. Someone will come up to distract you. But the same person who is telling you you are doing nonsense has nothing to offer. He don't use his own profile. Nobody knows him. If you go to his profile, what are you going to see? He has like 10 friends, 1 mutual friends. He really have nothing to offer in this struggle. And they call him to come online and correct us where we are making mistakes. He wouldn't do that. What he will tell you is that you are doing nonsense. Whether you are trying to prove yourself right, whether you are trying to prove yourself wrong, people must find a way to criticize you. Osadebe said, nothing man go do for this world where people no go talk. If you chop, then go talk. If you no chop, then go talk. What a man go do? What we have to do is to know that we are now above being afraid of making mistakes, but ready to take corrections whenever mistakes is being dictated in anything we do. If you write me nonsense, tell me where I have gone wrong, then I will go there and try to know the reason. Don't just come up and write nonsense because you are not helping the matter. You don't understand Biafran gospel. You don't understand Biafran preaching. Neither do you understand the preaching of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Bible is like a forest. Bible is like a bush. So as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gospel is like a forest and like a bush. Let me digest a little. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he has made different kind of preaching. He said, some people understand the destructive side. Some people understand the unity side. Some people understand the movement side. Because his message is like, it's a gospel. When you read Bible, you will see some pastors. What they learn in the Bible is how to heal the sick. What they learn in the Bible is how to do miracle. What they learn in the Bible is how to rob people with 2 connection and the paying tithe and the many things. These are the definitions of Bible, because Bible is a forest. You understand? That's why you see a lot of confusion in the life of the followers of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today. Some people learn the critical side of it, only to criticize and tell people mad people everywhere without even defining why they will say mad people everywhere. Because the gospel of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is like a forest. I don't really blame any of you, but I want to tell you people who is saying mad people everywhere, define anything which I am saying now that Nnamdi Kanu has not said before, or Jesus Christ have not said before, or Bible have not explained before. Define it before you say we are speaking nonsense, or before you say that Simon Ekpa is speaking nonsense. When the criticism of Mazen Nnamdi came up, I told the DOS that we are ready to serve under you. Even Mazen Simon Ekpa is ready to serve under the DOS. But they rejected the gospel of truth. They say, what do you think we have to do? What we asked, the only option they gave is Simon is a criminal without no evidence. Without no evidence. Without no evidence proving any fact that Simon is a criminal. Then we, the truthful followers of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, has to come up to digest a lot of things. You understand? Some of them are criminals. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made a clear message 2 weeks before his extraordinary rendition. He said, I come here today to prepare your mind on things that will come. That all of you who sold this struggle will end up fighting for the same thing you have collected money to sabotage. He did not mention the name of anybody, but he said time will come when everybody will see the result will be played in front of the field. In the football camp, the result will be played. Then you will see the winner. If you think that Simon Ekpa has anything to do under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu extra rendition, Monday Sit at Home will explain to you better, because your father and your mother, your sister and brothers are observing Sit at Home, which the other group cancelled. You understand now? So this is how we learn how to compare and the contrast. The only key holding Nigerian government. And today, Soludo, who gave us his sweet mouth that time, 2016, he defined everything and every possibility of releasing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and how to achieve Biafra. Towards the time of election, he said he is calling for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But he forgot the strategy which he have to use to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If Soludo cancels Sit at Home, every other person will forget about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the jail. This is the fact, and this is the figure. Soludo is an experienced man, we know. I think Soludo will be the last idiot that will invite terrorists to come and kill people in Anambra State. He has brought up Charlie Boy. When Charlie Boy was supporting the freedom of Biafra, he spoke out of his mind. He has invited Onyeka Onwelu. Onyeka Onwelu gathered people and he asked them, are you not men? Or Bianca Ojukwu? Do you think that Bianca Ojukwu will let go the struggle her husband started? So, in other way, Soludo is using one kind of diplomatic strategy, because the 3 people he used to find out what is happening in Biafran land are really the key players of Biafran movement. So, I did not come here to attack Soludo, but I came here to tell Soludo that we are in the meeting. I ain't even in a meeting before on the meeting and IPOBs are in the meeting, are in the Anambra State cabinet. So There is no way they can allow Soludo to invite terrorists to come and kill his own people. Bianca Ojukwu cannot do that. Onyeka Onwelu cannot do that. Charlie Boy cannot do that. Because all of them are the people who agitated under Nnamdi Kanu. The word they speak, we will use it against them. I called on Nnamdi Kanu the other day. I asked, what is the activity of Bianca in Biafran struggle? Then Nnamdi Kanu answered me. He said that Bianca Ojukwu is doing all her best to make our voice heard all over the world. But the attacks she is getting is making her not to speak out loud. Now she has been accompanied with Charlie Boy and Onyeka Onwelu. We are expecting Bianca Ojukwu to speak out now because she cannot come and betray what Ojukwu, her husband, started. If she try any nonsense, then the blood, all the blood that died since 1967 to date, will rest on her. So, in other way around, Bianca Ojukwu is there to slap anybody who want to destroy Biafran struggle. That is what we come up with, because Biafra is spirit. Before we come out to make any program, to tell people what we understand, then we have to study the Biafra, and we have to go and listen to Nnamdi Kanu again. Then we will get some points which we are missing. Do you understand it now? We will get some points which we are missing until we get ourselves right. Then we will come up again and deliver the gospel, because we are playing the message of the Levites. My own origin came from the lineage of the Levites, landed in Inri, then down to Arochukwu. You understand? That's why Nnamdi Kanu said that whenever Biafra is restored, we are going to build a place of worship for Chukwu Okike Abiama in Arochukwu. You understand? So, because what we came to preach is Biafran religion, not Christianity. But we learn every knowledge through Bible and the gospel of Jesus Christ, the one who died and resurrected after 3 days. His memory is in the town now. Easter Sunday is around. Today is Palm Sunday, because we have come beyond what our people don't get. So, what are we doing? We will come up, we will lecture our people, we will sanitize our people, because the game is about to start. Second base, Jare. You understand now? Second base is about to start in this Biafran struggle. And that is what we are. Frank or four, tell me the reason why Mugu. Before you speak out of your conscience. Because if you don't have any way to define yourself to call somebody Mugu, then you are Mugu yourself. You understand? Ana m ajụ gị, Frank Ofo, ịchụpụ nkịta na nsị, ị ga-eri ya bụ nsị. You understand? I didn't come here to insult anyone. Simon is a Berima in his own way. Do you know, Simon, you go and read a book that is called Angels and Demons. When you read a book called Angels and Demons, this story is from Dan Brown. A book from Dan Brown, written by Robert Landon and Victoria Vetra. Then you will understand what is Angels and Demons. If you want angels in the life of Simon Ekpa, he will angelize you. If you want demon in the life of Simon Ekpa, he will demonize you. And you see those people who needed him as a demon, he demonized them. Nobody hear from them again. They are going all up and down now, crying, asking people to come and pay monthly dues. But today, officially sacked those people who is ready to sponsor Biafra movement and pay anything Biafra demands. They remove people who is paying monthly dues out of the meeting because they studied separation. There is no way you can use separation to get freedom. There is no way you can use envy to get freedom. There is no way you can use malice to get freedom. This is not what Nnamdi Kanu told us. Maybe you can understand that one in his own preaching, but we understand the moving vehicle of through his gospel. Are you getting me? So when you say Mugu, define the reason why you can call someone who come up to do what you know you cannot do until your entire life, until you depart out of this dirty earth. You call that person Mugu. Tell me one reason you cannot do what I'm doing. And even if you can do what I'm doing, come up online, let people hear you, how you can define me as a Mugu. As I'm telling you that we are entering second base. The criminals has been out of the game, and the second base is the moving vehicle. Monday sit at home will tell you better. And the Soludo have one way and the another camped those places. You understand? He secured that places with Charlie Boy, Onyeka Onwelu, and the mother of Biafra, which is Bianca Ojukwu. Is it the reason you have to call me Mugu? Or is it the reason you have to call Simon Ekpa Mugu? Is it the reason you have to call Nsima Mugu? Because we know that Bianca Ojukwu is the mother of Biafra. Is it the reason? If you don't have any reason to call someone Mugu, you better watch. If you cannot watch, go away. I did not call you to come and watch. You are watching because what I'm telling you is important to you. I have to sanitize your brain because many are called, few is choosing. It's in the Bible. Many are called, few is choosing. 70 million Biafrans and 100 men is not yet complete. Many are called, few is choosing. Are you getting it now? So why and what is the reason you will come up and tell someone who is trying to motivate people? You call him Mugu. Simon Ekpa put sleepless light in his eyes. You call him Mugu, but you cannot do what he is doing. You cannot sanitize people. You can't even do the one I'm doing as well. Are you getting it? Who is then Mugu? A product of stupidity. That is what you are. Product of empty vessel. That is what you are. Are you getting it now? Because we come to preach the gospel. You claim to love Nnamdi Kanu, but you don't know the people who sanitize people to love Nnamdi Kanu. All these attacks someone is receiving today is exactly the kind of attack Nnamdi Kanu received. We stayed in this our gentle office. We defended Nnamdi Kanu when people like you are attacking Nnamdi Kanu. You call him all manner of names. You call him scammer. You call him idiot. You call him criminal. You call him because there is nothing a person can do in this world which people will not talk. But we stood here. We defended Nnamdi Kanu until the last day, which you now use his own picture to defend him. Today you are using his own picture to defend him. But you forgot the time you were attacking Nnamdi Kanu. The same way you were attacking Nnamdi Kanu, it is attacking me, defending Nnamdi Kanu that time. It's the same way you are attacking me, defending Simon Ekpa and every other person that is coming up. Whenever I dictate anybody who is ready to serve Biafra heartfully, I will stand by that person. I am not interested to look into anyone's fault. But any twinkle light I found on anybody who is genuine, serving Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafran restoration, any twinkle light, I will keep on making that light to shine. Those days we are in primary school, we used to sing a song. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. We are not interested to see where they go wrong. We are not interested to know whether they come up to attack someone or not. But we are ready to switch light or to anybody, anyone whom we notice that has come to support Nnamdi Kanu. How do you expect people to come up to begin to attack people? just because they did not use the kind of word you want them to use. And you will go on your own profile and begin to attack that person. Because he did not attack whom you want him to attack. But the same person is attacking the same enemy which Nnamdi Kanu introduced to us. The real enemy which Nnamdi Kanu introduced to us is Florida Shaw, Lord Lugard, Theresa May, Boris Johnson, British bad government, evil Fulanis, Eastern governors, Ohaneze Ndibo, those people who use all the money contracted to them to develop our land, that put your life in this perpetua you are into today. These are the enemies which Simon Ekpa is attacking. And you want Simon Ekpa to turn back and disveer from his own mission to go on attacking anybody who made some things, who says anything in her own or in his own platform. You want Simon Ekpa to divert his energy to go and attack that person. Just like the way they wanted me to go and attack Simon Ekpa because they think that Simon Ekpa sold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Unverified facts. Unverified facts. You think that Simon Ekpa is working with Dave Umahi. You think that Simon Ekpa is working with Hope Uzodimma. You think that Simon Ekpa is working with Ugwanye or this former governor of Anambra State. Now, Obiano, now you see Simon Ekpa, he come and expose all of them, even expose Ekweremadu. Now, can't you people learn a lesson that when you want to kill someone, that is the time you are lifting the person up. Today, Channel Television has recognized Simon Ekpa as one of Biafran heroes. How do you think it's happening? Because of your illegal criticisms. The name of Simon Ekpa dominated world internet. Every day that goes by, the name Simon Ekpa is being mentioned in internet more than 3 million times. Upliftment, unexpected upliftment, just because of your envy. Because Shegu in Channel Television, he said Simon Ekpa. Now, but without any proof on what he accused Simon. But his name has been registered. Punch newspaper will be taking Simon Ekpa. Do you know what it means? Until CNN will begin to mention Simon Ekpa. CNN mentioned Nnamdi Kanu. They will mention Simon Ekpa. They will mention all these people whom you think that you have come to destroy. And those people, you can never destroy them. Because you are uplifting them unknowingly, thinking that you are doing bad to them. BBC Igbo is now carrying the news of Simon Ekpa. How do you think? Simon Ekpa, he put all of you in a game. He said, play here, play here, play here. Criticize me, criticize me. When you are criticizing him, then he is going up. More you mention his name, he is going up. I told coordinators, more you criticize Simon Ekpa is more you are uplifting him. Stop this fight so we can work for you. We've been working. Anybody who knows this platform knows that we are the people. We started this thing since 2016. Uplifting Nnamdi Kanu. End this war so that we can work together. So that all this glory we are taking now under autopilot, you people will be the people that will take the glory. Even when Kanu received the message and told the DOS to give Simon Ekpa slot, Simon Ekpa said, I am ready to work for you people so that we can work together. All the glory will be for you and then Nnamdi Kanu as the leaders. They rejected, because some of you don't analyze the gospel of Biafra. And let me tell you once again, Biafran Bible is still coming out. We are compiling Biafran Bible. Like all of you who is writing nonsense, all of you who is writing Mugu, we will put your names and we will bring where you write Mugu. The way you see Elijah, all those people who fought for Israelite independence and their freedom, and the people who attacked them. This is the way your name will appear in Biafran Bible, because you who is demoralizing the spirit of the people who volunteer themselves to fight for Biafra. This is the way your name will appear. Are you getting it now? Because if Israel has their own Bible, Biafra will also have their own Bible. Go to Old Testament. Old Testament, every history written in Old Testament is the history of Eastern people, Eastern region of Nigeria. The history of Igbo people. When we study with Bible University of Jerusalem, they said that the Garden of Eden is not found in Israel, neither in Jerusalem. Do you understand? Rather, down there in Africa. That's why when the history of Idu come up, we told you people, stop this criticism and think deep. Because Garden of Eden is not in Israel. And Israel came up from Igbo land. They went back, they went to the Middle East. Later, during the time of Pharaoh, they returned back. You understand? Because Igbo people are the origin where human being started. That's why when you are talking about Idu, you have to put what they call number 6. Go and read the history. You can also go to Google the history of Idu. Then you read. When you read, then you have to come down and stay little quiet when you don't know how to make some kind of argument. If you don't know how to make some kind of argument, you stay a little quiet and watch and see what is coming up. Our identity is Biafra, and Biafra is where we belong. When the history of Idu come up, I wrote online, I say, history of Idu is a history which every Easterner supposed to know. Because the history connected all Eastern region. The history of Idu connected all Eastern zone. When we were growing up, during the time, we used to play under the moon, moonlight play. Our elders used to tell us the history of Idu and Oba. Ana oya akuko ifo, akuko Idu and Oba. How many matured people is here? How many people grow up in the village? Nnamdi Kanu said, if you did not grow up in the village and you never go hunting, you will never understand how to get Biafra. And those people who is spoiling Biafran struggle are those people feed up with meats in the city. You know what is happening on. Because who know akuko ifo? Did you listen to akuko ifo? If your elders used to sit you up and they tell you akuko ifo, then you will hear the history of Idu and Oba. That time they used to tell us the history of Idu and Oba. We thought it's just like a fairy tale. But now we grew up. We begin to know that the history of Idu and Oba is something that happened. Then when you come to Europe, you will see them. They used to show their children what they call cartoon. When you watch cartoon, all these cartoons you used to see are histories that happened, facts. These are not manipulation. It is not just a fairy tale. But they use cartoon to teach children what happened million years ago. If you read the history if you read the history of some cartoon, Blanca Nieve, and some other powerful histories, cartoons, you will understand that this cartoon they used to show children are things that happened before. If Igbo people are that kind civilized, what Amadioha did in his own time should be transformed to cartoon that our children should read. The history of Idu and Oba should be transformed into cartoon that our children will know what happened. Akukombe, Nosa, Akukomaike Jaya. All those things are cartoon, and these are histories that happened live in this very earth. This earth, there was a time this earth was circled before volcano eruption. Those time, me and you knows that the origin of human being started in Africa. The oldest bone found in the world history is found in Ethiopia. Are you getting it? Now, you who is calling me Mugu, who is telling me nonsense, what you need to do is to pay attention and learn what you don't know. Because Nnamdi Kanu taught us what they called compare and contrast. The oldest bone is found in Africa. Then, who is telling you that you have to curse or insult anybody who is telling you to go and read the history of Idu? Idu can be a nation. Idu can be whatever it wants to be. But we are Biafrans. Punto pelota. Are you getting it now? So, you who is fighting anybody that come up with his or her own spiritual idea, because you are not in the spirit. God have not called you to understand the scripture of Bible. God has not called you to interpret the Biafran spirit and the Biafran gospel. Biafra is a spirit and is a gospel. Now, Monday, people have now started to buy the idea that Monday should be a holy land, a holy day for Biafran people. When Nnamdi Kanu comes up, he will tell you people the power which this Monday sit at home has generated into the land, into the life of the Biafrans. Because if you don't let us to have a rest, there is no way all this information will penetrate. This information should penetrate when you go home. At least respect one day for Biafra, for spirit of Biafra to enter you, so that you can be able to be dominated. Your body, soul, and your soul and body will be dominated with the Biafran power. You cannot be able to interpret what we are telling you. You cannot be able to understand why Simon Ekpa is fighting with tooth and nail to register his name as Nnamdi Kanu, spiritual son and the disciple. He is fighting tooth and nail. Do you know that people dedicate their time to attack Simon Ekpa just because he wants to retain one title? He wants to be recognized in this Biafran struggle. People say, why should he even mention to become a disciple of Nnamdi Kanu? But you are proud as a Christian to mention Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, James, Bartholomew, and all those people who is disciple of Jesus Christ. But you, as Igbo man, a prophet is not recognized in his own town. Then someone will come up with one kind spiritual motivation to reclaim to become Nnamdi Kanu disciple and the spiritual son, just for him to be motivated. Some people, like those people, they run away or are they still here? They will come up to attack that person. But why can't you come up and obtain some energy through our gospel, through our teachings, through all this thing we are doing? What we are doing, we are not getting nothing out of it, but we are trying to generate information and the energy, spiritual energy inside you. That's what we are doing, and that is what we are come to serve. Because my own lineage come from the Levites. We are the preachers of gospel of God. The gospel of Chukwu Okike Abiama. That is what we come to preach, and that is what we come to represent. Are you getting it now? So, you who is attacking anyone, try to make sense when you attack somebody. If you don't have any reason to attack someone, please let that person be. because your attack is just to destroy what Nnamdi Kanu, the mission of Nnamdi Kanu, to restore Biafra in peace and harmony. Because some peoples in their family, they grow up creating enmities, keeping malice. That's why when they see you speaking the truth, they go on, they will block you in their WhatsApp, they will block you in Facebook, because they were brought up in their home family keeping malice, division. I ask them, if you lay this seed of division, don't you know what it will give you? It will give you separation and the downfall. And that's why you people don't understand that only 22 players is allowed to play in the football field. When the game will start, as we are sanitizing you, you people will see how the game will be played. And if you don't understand it, we will walk you over. Those who know about football, you know that there are people you can walk over. If they didn't come, they will walk them over. And if you train your people very, very well, you come there, and I go see that time, or borrow JC Naba system, Naba. That system is what we are keeping you people awake today, for you to know the way we will play this second base. Udo de Rono, Omo Biafra. Because Namahadum, Kaino. Peace be unto you people. Peace be to the spiritual son of Nnamdi Kanu, the disciple of Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Eba. He is his spiritual son. And today now, he has become a second father to Biafrans all over the world. If anything happens, they will send it to him to settle. Do you see how marvelous is God? Because you people don't understand the work of God. That's why you can attack some people who have come to save you. Yes, it's lovely. We are Biafran preachers. You understand? We come to preach Biafra.